Peace, love, gratitude. Peace, love, gratitude, understanding. May there be understanding, patience, and tolerance among all humans. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. May there be tolerance, love, appreciation among all humans in the world. That's what I wish for. That's my wish. You know, and sometimes when you're curious about something, or when sometimes you just want to know about something, you just want to know, bro. Wanting to know is just wanting to know. You can't tell me that you are human and you're not curious about certain things. I mean, believing in a whole lot of things that people say, or that, certain parties that are of a supposed feasibility stand for, even those accounts are not enough at the end of the day, because nothing is ever enough as far as truth, as far as the whole completion of truth. Nothing is ever really enough. About nothing is ever really enough. And I've been trying to, I don't know, juggle some shit. Like, I don't know, juggle. I don't know what to call it, but I've been trying to juggle as much as I can. Um, like, to tell the truth, as far as coexisting with someone of the opposite, as far as that is concerned, it's not something that I'm forcing. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not forcing. I'm never gonna be forcing anything. I'm not even to say, the relationships or associations pertaining the opposite, but when it comes to anything and everything in life, I will never be in the position to force my hand whatsoever. I just don't want to be in that position of forcing my hand. Well, yeah, hi to you. How you doing? Where you from? Nice meeting you. My name is Krusher Recs, Revinator, after Mother Haters, rapper, songwriter, content creator, one of the best ever. And the slogan goes to the naysayers: I really lose nothing. I really lose nothing. About and I don't know, bro. Well, I'm 20 years old, abo, and I sort of don't live the life that normal people live. And it's not to make myself sound specialized in whatever. It's just like I'm just so obsessed about becoming a better me. Cause where I'm from, if you like wanna be the better you, or if you wanna be a better you, that is perceived as nonsensical. It's perceived as BS. It's perceived as offense. Even it's perceived as you wanna if you want the best for yourself. From where I'm from, like even the females from where I'm from, I wouldn't say they're worth considering, because I don't know about any other sucker female. I want to understand way more than she has something that's in between her legs. You know, instead of understanding, you know what I mean? Instead of understanding that there's something in between. Understand something that is way beyond what's in her legs. What's in her legs is a mere. Her legs is a mere. That's what I'd want to refer to it as. Be a mere coincidence of biology. Seeing is that I myself also have something that's in between my legs. So instead of understanding the fact that there's something in between a female's legs, me personally, I don't know about any other guy. Right? There are my brothers out here, they just want to do their thing. You know, they want to get G with it. They want to do this. They want to do that. They want to express themselves biologically. And they just don't want to be held back. If you tell them about, for example, restraint, equaling, of course, to discipline or equaling to a sense of being grounded, right? You're just wasting their time. You know, some of them are straight up chasing pleasure. You know what I mean? One thing about pleasure, of course, pertaining to sexuality, pleasure that pertains to sexuality. That type of pleasure is not to be chased. It's not to be highly regarded. Well, it's to be acknowledged as a function, a bodily function, just that, a bodily function. Whether you are a woman or a man, it doesn't have to be the fault of the man that you are going through bodily function. Of course, in the case of many females, there is a stage called the periods. So yeah, what's up, bro? Anamalak, what's up? How you doing? So yeah, I'm just really bored of everything. I'm bored of the fact that I have to chase people down because I want to get G with it. Like I've come to a point where I believe that there's no need for me to actually think like that. That I always have to and one thing is for sure, best believe one thing. When it comes to satisfying a woman, I am more than competent. But one thing is for sure, it's very much useless taking it to head, pleasure or the titillation that comes with that. Satisfying a woman. It's useless to take it to head. Yeah, well, I just don't want to be in that position to take it to head. Because if I take it to head, I will never, ever, 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 ever be sane ever again. I'm gonna be like one of those guys who just be throwing money at everything. And even if it's indecent, I will justify it to be an apparent reality of biology. Perversion. Justifying perversion and simply just using urges, human urges, to mask the differentiation of what is wrong from what is right. That's what I feel is going on in most cases in society. Even the guy, because there are people that actually have it more than other people, but like, to tell the truth, having it more than other people doesn't make a difference at all, because you could be in the position to have it more than other people, yet be in the position to still revel in your own dismay more than other people, to revel in your own shortcomings more than other people. Like, there is this biological, I don't know how to call it, it's a natural thing, but once there's something toxic that happens or occurs in a human's life, an individual's life, there tends to be this attachment that comes about, yabona, to that toxicity, to that bad behavior. So, I'm from a place where poor people exist, rich people exist, people in between exist. And I'm straight up observing these guys, bro. I'm straight up observing them. And it's not to actually point out trash, but it's to say being rich versus being poor or being average. It doesn't make a difference because your confidence is your confidence. Your stance is your stance. And well, you may be rich and have all that, but still be in the position to not actually know your role, for example. Yeah, well, because each and every one of us exhibits these behaviors, these personalities, these traits, but at the same time, it's our responsibility, being the individuals that we are, to actually remember that there are certain patterns that we have to control or mitigate, behaviors within ourselves that we have to mitigate. It's not like those behaviors or those actions aren't going to end up showing themselves at the end of the day. Of course, those actions will be prevalent and evident because it's biology, it's human, it's the human anatomy, how it functions. There must be emotions, there must be thoughts, that go with certain emotions. That's our biology dictates that such processes happen. But then when it comes to the cerebral part of it, the whole prefrontal cortex part of it, that's when now high order thought comes in. That's when now high order reasoning comes in. And that's why hence you hear other people say that humans or humanity, or not even to say other people, that's why you hear other spiritual practices, for example, meditative practices, talk about the fact that there is a reptilian mind that we always have to work towards um steering clear, of any bad intention or any bad thought, because at the end of the day we come from animals as we are now. I do believe that there's a fundamental part in us, in humans, that exists in the other animals that are in the world. That's what I believe. If you don't believe that, that's you. That's you. And oh, by the way, whether black, white, because I hear people talk about the fact that the white race uh, is predominantly the race predominantly originates from cavemen. That's what I hear. That's what I hear. And by the way, that's so racist, right? By the way, to actually say that white people are the only race in the world to have originated from cavemen. It's really ironic that we as black people, we want to say that. We want to always be quick to point out what's in on white people, when we ourselves, we have philosophies and beliefs, and we have theories henceforth derived that demean white people. In as much as white people are infamous for having taken over lands and shit and whatever, we ourselves as black people have our own cunning, that plays a huge role in most events, probably not cited because um there are black people who are elite. Black people who are elite have always existed. That is to say, the black people that are sort of off branch from their own kind, having secret meetings, backdoor meetings, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that shit exists. And that's why you have many of brothers and sisters believing this narrative, I believe, of uh the white Caucasian man having originated from cavemen, which is the most racist thing ever. That's what I think. That's what I think. If other wanna follow this black what do they call it? Black wisdom, black empowerment thing, whatever they call it. Because even the Pan Africanists are the worst. Edit Fabo. The Pan Africanists are the worst because the Pan Africanists uh they actually manipulate the fact that we are African. They manipulate the fact that we were colonized, we were taken over, blah blah blah. The Pan-Africanists, they manipulate that. They take advantage of that. They are always in the position to manipulate and talk in ways that sort of sway us, as Africans, because they always want to over romanticize yeah. Oh, romanticizing, by the way, is when you are in the position to think about something and hence believe it without any actual plausible reason. So these Pan-Africanists in South Africa and Africa, they have us contemplating about nonsense when certain things are just straightforward. And it's not even about being African, certain things, certain ways of life. It's about the generality of being a human being, of being a man in the world that has to take care of the world, of nature, of everything that's in the world. It's not, at the end of the day, an ego-driven thing. It's not a main man, a main woman type of thing. But uh it doesn't get lowly like that. Well, and me, I don't know about any other people, but me, right? I've I've always had this thing in me whereby I ask precisely and carefully questions to myself, even about certain happenings and about certain events in the world and about certain realities of the world, right? And because if you are in the position to not ask or contemplate nothing that is pertaining to your own well-being in the world, your own sense of security in the world, then you're just living in vain. That's just the reality of it. That's the truth of it. If you're the type to be like, yeah, the ANC announced 1, 2, 3. The ANC announced 1, 2, 3. The Democrats announced 1, 2, 3. No, if the Democrats say it, it means that it's correct. No, if the ANC says it, it means that it's correct. That's not how you should go about it. That is to say, the mainstream, and what the mainstream has you reminiscing about and going crazy over. You know what I mean? And I ain't going crazy over nothing. I ain't going crazy over nothing. I'm the most calmest. I'm on top of the world. I have I have people watching me. You know what I mean? People subscribing to me, people that actually want to stay here. Thank you so much. Happy Ramadan month to you too. Right? Happy Ramadan month to you too. Hmm? Happy, happy, hmm. Yeah, Tarun. Hey, Tarun Kamban, how you doing, dog? How you doing, dog? Kamban. So I'm honestly never in the position to beg for friendships, to beg for relationships, to beg for anything. Uh, yes, thank you, thank you so much. Mm. Yeah, let me tell you something. Let me just tell you this, guys. Let me tell you this, guys. You better be listening. Um, the times that we're living in, right? We live in such times where you have to be in the position to know who wants you around and who doesn't want you around. We live in a time where you have to be very, very sure of who you trust and who trusts you. Those are the times that we live in. We don't like the times that we live in are not times to pay attention to loneliness. How lonely you are, how lonely you think you are, how much you think you are missing out on. your friends keep doing this and you don't. Your friends, it's not. Listen, friends, having friends is a good thing, but having friends that don't actually have your best interest at heart, or bringing people close who actually don't have your best interest at heart, is very detrimental. At the end of the day, it's a negative thing. I'm from South Africa. I'm from South Africa, Mpumalanga, Nelspruit, city of Mbombela, city of gold, city of possibilities, city of very beautiful animals, city of very beautiful wildlife, city of Mbombela, city of possibilities, city of gold, city of archaeological sites. Wow, that is that's a very 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 it's so obvious. Like, oh, thank you so much, Tarun. Thank you so much, Tarun. So Tarun, wherever you are, dog, I just hope that you're safe. I just hope that you're bringing the people who you love closer. I hope that the the people who are loyal to you, you appreciate them and you show them every day and you tell them every day how much appreciated they really are. Cause yeah, dog, we live in very, 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 very questionable times, eh? With most of the things that are happening with our leaders being as haywire as they are in terms of how they deduce and come up with decisions. Like my dog, we are living in very, 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 very questionable times. And the times that we're living in, the times that we're living in, it just it just requires you to just the times that we're living in, as a human being, as an individual, not as a mass that follows a government. The times that we live in, they require you to just shh, and relax. What? Nah, that's good, dog. That's very, very good. That's awesome. That's awesome. We in South Africa, we in Pumalanga, we love India. Matter of fact, we love everybody in the Eastern region. We love everyone in the Eastern region. We dog, like the way that we're so loving ngakhona yabo. We risk sabotage our own economic our own economic success. We risk you know uh, like South Africa's role in the global stage, in as much as South Africa's leadership is negative, and there are negative connotations attached to South Africa's leadership, blah 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 blah. I don't want to think that South Africa is one of those countries when it comes to diplomacy that's actually breaking its back in order to bring about peace in the world, like real peace in the world. I'm not talking about fabricated peace. I'm talking about real peace. We in South Africa, the leadership of South Africa, we may have I don't know, bro. We may have like loopholes exposed or whatever, but when it comes to playing a key part in maintaining peace all over the world, we try, dog. We try. We actually try, dog. We try, dog. We try, and we excel, and we become way more better than any other country. When it comes to peace, peace is not competition. By the way, peace doesn't have to be competition. Peace doesn't have to be, yeah, we did it first. We the United States, or we Spain, or we this country, and we did it first. Peace is not about doing anything first. It's not. Peace is about being willing to be as a person, yabo. If you are really peaceful, you must be in the position to actually identify with the fact that It's not like you have to make a show out of it. The fact that you probably brought peace somewhere, it doesn't have to be a show. It doesn't have to be a spectacle, for example. And I believe, Utsi, that's the sort of misconduct of the United States currently. That, you know, I don't want to think of it as misconduct, Fitz, you know what I'm saying? Making a charade out of the fact that uh you're bombing people and you're bombing cities and you're ruining uh lifelines, I guess, because what's happening over there in Iran is partially wrong. It's not even supposed to be happening. There's supposed to be other ways. Because I mean, dog, come on, you're the United States. They're supposed to be way more smarter than going in headward, bombing things and stuff. I'm just saying though, this is how I feel about it. If anybody feels any different about it, it's okay. Yeah, but no one loses anything at the end of the day. But being a big country like the United States, I believe that you have to be way more smarter than brute force, just being brute force for the sake of brute force. But even if brute force were to be a thing, at least don't be so implicit about it. Bombing cities, bombing whole areas, bombing whole terrains. That's just too much, dog. That's just too much. You know. You see the Maduro thing. You see the Maduro thing. How the how the United States handled the Maduro thing. Now that's how they probably should have moved about handling the supreme leader issue in Iran. If the true intentions of the United States were to assist Iran in reforming Iran and bringing about uh true sovereignty for the people of Iran, the bombings are just too much. The bombings are just too much. Uh, and it doesn't even make any sense to me. Like, if you say that you wanna actually take over a country, even if you do wanna take over a country, what's the use of actually bombing its landmarks? Landmarks that, mind you, are culturally significant to the people of that country. Like, that's disrespect on the part of the United States right there. Because even if I'd want to believe, right? The Islamic guys over in Iran, even if they're like very extremist and all this other stuff, I'd want to think that at the end of the day, there are structures in Iran, or there are buildings in Iran, or there are temples in Iran, or there are certain locations in Iran that are culturally significant to Iran. Of course, the people of Iran, right? In this case, it's debatable, yeah, but to the original people of Iran, because everything in Iran before before Islam, it was the way that it was in Iran. You understand? That should be important. That should come first. That's what I believe. Honestly speaking. What? But anyways, if this content really hits home, hit that like button. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Click that notification bell, man. And make sure that you share. Hey, guys. I'm gonna see you. I don't know, bro. I'm just gonna have to try what I try, yabo. But I'm gonna see you, yabo. Uh, oh, you've got jokes and fun. You've got jokes. Funny people are accepted on the channel. Yeah, funny people are accepted on the channel. I mean, I've also got jokes. Uh, hmm. Ha 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 ha. Ah, you have no chill. You have no chill. Hmm. Like trying to chill, you have no chill. You have no chill. Hmm. You have no chill, Papa. Hmm. Hmm. Sorry. Bye. Hmm. 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 Huh. Hmm. Eh. Itebukeng. Itebukeng. Stay tuned, yabo. Because I'm probably gonna come back. Maragonyalo. I have to sort out something. So I'm gonna see you when I see you, okay?